fundamentally, there are two kinds of businesses. The first kind of business, which is what most people are running, I call paid to perform. In a paid to perform business, what the person's doing is they're like, okay, um, I'm here, I want to make money. To make money, I have to sell stuff. So let me go out to the market and see what people want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And I will perform to fulfill on that promise and make money by virtue of that. And for me to make more money, I just perform harder.
Yeah.
And when I hit a ceiling on that, I will find other people, as in build a team to make them perform or create
Yeah.
other sources of leverage where, you know, we perform and the performance here is, you know, kind of a multidimensional construct. On one level, it's, the classic performance of like we promise to do a job and fulfill on some expectations. So we work, we put in effort.
Yeah.
But for some people, the part that's very insidious is that performance is a kind of betrayal of self, which is they're doing the thing that they don't actually want to do, but they think they have to do to make the money that they want to make. And
Yeah.
this is what the entire business industrial complex is based on.
Mm-hmm.
Because during the Industrial Revolution, they needed labor and they basically needed to psyop humanity into thinking that, you know, the way to make money is to go and like perform this function, this job
Do it.
description, right?
Right.
That's a very deep-seated virus. And that's why most people, when you look at their businesses, they're basically performing. And performance creates dissonance because, and that's why everyone needs motivation and affirmations and fucking all these devices to get them to do the thing
Mm-hmm.
because we don't need any of those things when we're doing the thing that we genuinely want to do, right? There's no resistance to doing the things that we enjoy. The second kind of business, which is the game we're playing here,
Mm-hmm.
is a paid to exist business.
Mm-hmm.
And in a paid to exist business, the starting point is not what does the market want. We don't completely ignore that because that's retarded.
Right.
But we're saying what is the kind of value, what is the flavor of the game that I want to play that's most aligned to me, that's aligned to my desires, my vision, my values, what I care about, what lights me up, what turns me on, what puts me in flow, right? And with that starting point, we align our natural design to
Mm-hmm.
the market. And when we do that, we're able to make an offer. An offer is we set an expectation of value that we deliver, and in exchange, they give us money. And when we get really good at making offers, what's actually happening is in a paid to exist business, we are aligning the directionality of our design, the needs and desires of the market, and there is no friction or resistance in us fulfilling on that expectation. So we're doing the thing that lights us up. We're also
Mm-hmm.
offering the thing that's economically valuable, and we make money as a consequence, but we enjoy the fuck out of doing that as well. This core split in the world is this idea of making money and serving a higher calling. Because those things are separate for most people because of the reality that they live in, which is a
Yes.
product of how they've been programmed. The game we're playing is we make money by serving a calling. And in the pay to exist worldview and in this model, we're saying that the maximum asymmetry is actually in the turn on, which means
Okay.
I will make the most money when I'm doing the stuff that I genuinely want to do, that I enjoy like so much that someone has to literally come and force me to not do it, take a break. Enjoyment is the ultimate asymmetry. So when I build a business that, in my language fits me like a bespoke custom fit suit made out of sweatband material, no one can compete with me, right?
Right.
Because I'm so energized by the thing. And because I'm not retarded and it's not just something that I give a shit about and no one else does. I've actually aligned it to
Right. To what the market
commercial
needs.
value.
Right.
It also generates a fuck ton of money. And over a longer time horizon, the game feels so much more fun, so much easier, and I make so much more money than if I'm getting paid to perform, which the way I describe this is like most people build businesses where it's like they have a little pebble in their shoe. They can ignore it for a certain amount of time, but eventually it catches up.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, if I just like push harder and then exit in a couple of years, or if I just, they're kind of rationalizing post hoc why they should keep doing the thing that, and it's not always, the pebble is not always just alignment and enjoyment. It's also money because there's a ceiling to every paid to perform business. There's a financial monetary ceiling. There's only so much money we can make unless we deepen and increase the self betrayal. So my thesis here is the most upstream variable in this equation is what is the business you want to build? What is the business you want to run? How do you want to make money? What do you want to spend your time doing? What do you actually want to sell? Because actually, there are no wrong answers. You're intelligent enough that you will make money from any model, any of these models.
Mm-hmm.
You will make money from any of these strategies. If your Facebook account gets banned for whatever reason, right? You will fucking find a way to generate leads, get book calls and sell people stuff. Like it's the hardest thing for you is going to be to keep yourself from making money because you're smart enough to make any strategy work. But the most dangerous thing for people like you,
Mm-hmm.
where you can pretty much build any business and you can pretty much use any model and you can use pretty much any strategy, right? Is that you can make anything work, but it may not actually be the business you want to build because it
Yeah.
may not lead to the experience you want to have. And therefore, it'll never be a work of art for you, right? So that's actually the better question to start with, which is what's the business you want to build? Why don't we build that? Yeah, that funnel part is not rocket science, right? The funnels, because everyone's like, oh, but the funnel, like, what's the funnel,
Right.
right? And sure, like for a lot of people, there is a skill gap because a funnel is like you need to know direct response marketing, you need to know copywriting, you need to understand like basic conversion psychology. Like there's so many pieces.
Yeah.
But I think the worst thing that can happen to most entrepreneurs is a moderate level of success doing something that they don't want to do. Because moderate success is the most dangerous thing because there's enough money coming in that you don't want to pivot or burn it down,
Yeah.
but it's not really extraordinary in terms of how it feels, right? And or even in terms of the money, right? It's this trap of good enough that I think most entrepreneurs are stuck in because what we're talking about here is it's one of the hardest things to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the funny thing is like people when I say pay to exist, people are like, oh yeah, like they assume that that is the easy mode, right? But it's actually the hardest level of the game. Easy mode is what's selling, I'll go sell the same thing.
Right.
Everyone starting a social media agency or a Facebook ad agency or whatever, let me go like, okay, people are buying, people are making money, let me just go sell the same thing, right? And most kind of like start a business, make money offers, most people teaching business models, that's the premise because that's the fastest path to cash,
Right.
right? It's like, hey, just do these things. Let's turn all of these variables into constants, right? This is the model, this is the strategy, this is the offer, this is who you're selling to, this is the service, this is what you're delivering. Let's not get creative with any of that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because mathematically, the only variable then is effort and agency.
Yes.
And that's the way to get the most people to succeed to a certain extent. Great to start, great to learn the fundamental skills of the thing and of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think extremely hard to sustain. And we see this because most of these people who start paid to perform businesses, they reach this level and then they're either plateaued or they hate it,
Right.
right? And then they try to get rid of it or get out of it, or they burn it down and do something else. That's why the agency model, some people consider it the starter pack of businesses.
Yes.
Easy to start, very hard to scale and sustain.